race for the title over in the Eredivise seems to be wrapped up for a long time already, but what about the race to join them in the Champions League? We'll take a little look at the latest round of picks coming up next. Right, folks, back once again with another production show. Today we take a look at match day number 30 over in the Eredivise, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe link, you bang out there all things Blackburn Rovers related. Eredivisie related. Whoa, football, we're going to know here, boys. Under Walruski, that's right, of course. Yes, Ajax, of course, in command in the Dutch flight, of course, and I've got a big week up ahead with a double match week for them and them alone, or them and Utrecht, of course. But, of course, what's going to happen with the chasing pack? As, of course, Ajax are running away. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs, the Patreons. Thank you for your continued support behind the scenes. I do appreciate it. And, of course, the more love these videos get, the more likely that they'll be back next season, of course. The season is coming to a close. I've got to do some cuts with the channel because, of course, time is very slim, and I'm questioning which leagues are staying around. So if you like the Eredivisie, give the video some love and smash the old thumbs up. Let me know that you appreciate it. Otherwise, it could be on the chopping block. We'll have a look. We'll explore those, of course, later on in the season. But anyway, let's kick it on further. Take a look at how we all got on last time around, of course, with the picks out in the Dutchland. So here we go, kick it all off with, of course, a recap. Here they are, of course, last round back on, Friday the 9th of April, 0-0 draw between VT's Arnhem and Den Haag. Actually, we have the 2-win for VT's. Shame on them. VT's Arnhem's season is slowly falling away, as they, of course, were leading the charge, or at least in the top two for the vast majority of the season, but right here, right now, down to 4th. Of course, Heracles Almelo 4-0 winners over Willem II, whose season is also a bit wobbly. Sina Baskis with a couple of goals there, Robin Proper as well. Rivelet on the score sheet, of course, Heracles giving them a 4-0 win, 1-1 for me. AZ Alkmaar, they're also big winners as well, 2-0 win over Sparta, to give themselves also a big old push towards the top of the table. Jordi Klaas and Danny David on the score sheet for AZ Alkmaar, a 2-0 win for them over Sparta. Actually, I went the 3-0 win myself. Meanwhile, Fortuna Sittard lost to FC Emmen, of course, giving themselves a bit of hope as well as their season comes to a close. Sergio Pina with a penalty, Glenn Bidgie, Paul Gladden on the score sheet, of course, FC Emmen. Demetrius Melodounis going to go for Sittard. Roel Jansen get himself sent off for Sittard to make matters easier for Emmen in the end. 2-1 for me, 3-1 final score, not too shabby. My boys, though, Twente, they did lose to Zwolle in the end. Virgil mentioned getting on the goal scoring sheet for Zwolle to give them the 3 points. Actually, went out there 2-0 for 20, so shame on me. Utrecht, though, they did lose to Feyenoord. 2-1 win for Feyenoord. Zeman Gustafsson with a big for OG, Steven Bejois as well. Leroy Fur getting the goal scoring sheet with a big fat OG as well. Giving Utrecht a hope there, but too little too late. Actually went with Utrecht on this one, shame on me. 2-1 there for Feyenoord. Groningen, they did lose to Heerenveen, 2-0 loss there. Henk Verman on the script with Thibaut Halovic as well, getting Heerenveen the 3 points. 1-0 win as well, going for Groningen. Shame on me. What am I thinking in the end? VVV-Venlo did lose to PSV Eindhoven. Cody Gakpo on the script with Donja Marlin as well, giving PSV a share all 3 points. 3-0 for me, not too shabby. And of course, Ajax smashed Dasselt. Just the 1-0 win over RKC Waalwijk. Sebastian Haller on the score sheet, giving Ajax the win in the end. Just having a quick look at the goal scorers charts there. Rivelet with 14 goals this season. Interesting. Cooper Miner's up there as well. Anyway, let's take a look at, of course, I got myself, 4, which is pretty shit, really, in a division such as this. You'd expect more points. Anyway, Ajax lead the charge at the moment, of course, 11 points clear over PSV. Play the game less as well. AZ Alkmaar, of course, not too far away either, 11 points with PSV. VT's Arnhem, of course, a bit out of the woods at the moment. Of course, down the foot of the table, Den Haag and Emmen going down. VVV-Venlo also in that wood as well. Emmen, of course, giving them a bit of hope. Of course, a win this week, they could be out of the drop zone. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to you guys, and here we go, your picks coming at you. You know the deal. Pish bash bosh. Here we go. Of course, I'm Stringer did shite. Ultra fair play to you, brother. Well done indeed. Russell Frost also did very well. Oh, Magic Monday did bits. Gaiman China not too bad. Of course, okay, didn't do okay. Oh, Matt Escoville, well done to you. Of course, Tom Stein also did very well indeed. Ashley White, slow down, but I got to speed up. Jordan Lenders also did very well. Of course, OJ52 also did bits. James P50, oh great, you did good. Of course, and Last 123 also did very well. Yana Buster did bits, and Matt Gunner also did very good as well. Let's take a look at the standings as it right here, right now. Okay, I'm Stringer had a shit one. As for the rest of you guys with 5, you did better than me. And of course, Ultra Omer and James P50 are great. You did very good. And of course, you are wearing the crown for this week. How about the overall leaderboard? Let's take a little look at it, shall we? Here we go. Your kingpin right here now in the Dutchlands is Russell Frost with 11-point clearance of the nearest and dearest. That is on Magic Monday. Yannick Buster and Matt Gunner in a 3-way tie for second spot. 11 points still on the offering to change that up. Can they be done? We'll have to see, of course, including this double sort of mini extended week, we'll call it, as of course course, Ajax with a double header as of Utrecht. Let's get into this one then, shall we? 11 points. 11 points, it won't be. 10 points on the offering. So regardless of what happens, Frosty will be top of the pops next week. He could get them all wrong, and everyone else can get them all right, and you'll still be top by at least a point. But anyway, let's get into it. Of course, take a look at the next round of matches. Kicking off with Ajax up against Utrecht, of course, this coming Thursday, of course. Played to the last 6, 5 wins to Ajax, 1 for Utrecht, and no draws. Ajax, though, coming into this winning 12 of the last 13 matches in the Eredivisie, and scoring at least 3 goals in the last 4 matches at home. Utrecht, though, also winning the last 5 away matches to give them a bit of hope. Of course, the bookies odds on this one, 3-1 on for Ajax. Of course, 92 is your 32 is your Utrecht on this one. Of course, Ajax coming into this on the back of 5-game winning run. As for Utrecht, they're down to 7th at the moment, and of course, 2 wins and 2 defeats in the past 4 games for them. Of course, a win for Utrecht in 7th, they could go up as high as a 6. Of course, Ajax will be top no matter what, of course, with the win. And that's where I'm going to go with. Of course, a 3 win for Ajax to give them 3 points, and of course, keep on believing. Next up, of course, Willem II up against RKC Waalwijk. Played to the last 4 wins for Wilhelm. Nothing but RKC Waalwijk, of course, 2 draws last round. In Wilhelm was a 2-1 win for Wilhelm back in, of course, October 2019. Frick Herkens on scripture, Paul Luch as well. Stanley Ebers getting a 1 go for RKC Waalwijk. Also played this season in Waalwijk as a 1-1 draw back in, of course, January 2021. Wilhelm, though, have actually failed to score in the last 3 matches in the Eredivisie, whereas Waalwijk have actually failed to win the last 9 on the road. They come into this just 1 win the past 6 games for Waalwijk against Groningen at home. Back-to-back defeats for Wilhelm have them scrambling once again, and of course haven't scored a goal in at least 3 games. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Wilhelm coming into this 5-4 on for the victory, 35 is draw, 10-3 is your RKC. Of course, Wilhelm are actually in 15th, and win for them they can move up to or closer to RKC in 14th, and win for them, and of course we'll close it in on a 13th. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, point split around the middle as you bloody were. Heerenveen up against, of course, PEC Zwolle. Played each other, of course, last 6. 2 was Heerenveen, 3 for Zwolle, 1 draw last round. In Heerenveen was a 1-0 win for Heerenveen back in, of course, October 2019. Mitchell van Bergen on Scrushing giving Heerenveen the W. Also, though, the picture of this season in Zwolle was a 4-1 win for Zwolle. Virgil Midgelson, Thomas Bunkic, Bram van Polen, and Iliano Renders on the score sheet, of course, Zwolle in a 4-1 win. Mitchell van Bergen getting the 1 goal for Heerenveen as well. Zwolle, though, have actually lost the last 4 away matches in the Eredivisie. They come into this, though. Heerenveen, just what are we looking at here? Just 1 win in the past 4 for them. That was against, of course, Groningen. Meanwhile, 2 wins in the past 3 games for Zwolle have them also believing that, of course, they're going to climb the table a little bit further as well. Look at the odds on this one. Heerenveen at even Stevens for the victory, 5-2 is your Zwolle, 13-5 is your PEC. Of course, Zwolle currently find themselves, where are they? They're actually in 13th, and if they make it close, they can go up to as high as 11th. Whereas the opposition Heerenveen, they currently find themselves in 10th, and if they make a move up to 8th in the table. I'm going to go with Heerenveen on this one, the 2 to win, 3 points in the bag, move the bloody chains. Next up, we have Sparta Rotterdam against VVV-Venlo. Of course, played for the last 6 games, 4 wins for Sparta, 1 for VVV, and 1 draw. Last round in Sparta was a 4-1 win for Sparta back in, of course, August 2019. Goals from Hurl, Hali, Develevoglu, Ranga Alche, of course, Abu Haruri, and Lars Vejovic on the score sheet, with Peter van der Ugen on the score sheet, of course, Venlo in a 4-1 win for Sparta. Also, this is in Venlo was a 1-0 win for Sparta back in March 2021. Venlo, though, actually lost the last 10 matches in the Eredivisie, and they come into this looking very, very lost at sea. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games for Sparta. That was against AZ Alkmaar just the other day. Sparta coming to this, of course, bookies backing them 5-3 on for the victory. 92 is your VVV, 14-5 is your draw. Of course, Venlo currently find themselves in the relegation playoff spot, and they could go down, boys and girls. As for their opposition, Sparta, they're all the way up as high as 11th at the moment, 34 points. Of course, a win for Venlo, they could go up as high as 15th. Sparta, though, in 11th, they could go up as high as 9th. And believe it or not, they do have the top goal scorer in the division, Giacomo, with 24 goals this season, and they're struggling. Absolutely struggling. I think they'll lose this one as well. 2-0 win for Sparta. 3 points in the bag. Venlo look in trouble. Next up, PSV up at Eindhoven up against Groningen. Played the last 6-5 for PSV. Nothing for Groningen. 1 draw last round. In Groningen was a 3-1. Last round in PSV was a 3-1 win for PSV back in September 2019. Goals from Pablo Rosario, Denzel Dumfries, and Brumon on the score sheet, of course, PSV. Raman Pascal Lutvis on the score sheet goes Groningen back in the day. Also heading into this, PSV undefeated in the last 6 home matches in the Eredivise. They come into this back-to-back wins, beating Heracles and, of course, beating VVV Venlo. As for the opposition, Groningen just 1 win the past 5 games. That was against VVV Venlo as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one. PSV coming at you. Where are you, PSV? 11-4 on for the victory. 4-1 is your draw. At 30-2 is your Groningen. Groningen coming to, of course, 6th, and with them make a close in on 5th. PSV is 2nd, and with them make a close in on 1st. I'm going to go with PSV on this one. 3-1 win. Points in the bag. Move the chains. Next up, FC Emmen up against Heracles. Played to the last 6-1 for Emmen. 4 wins for Heracles and 1 draw last round. In Emmen, in the league, was a 1-0 win for Emmen back in, of course, January 2020. Marco Kula on the score sheet, giving Emmen the victory. Emmen, Venlo undefeated in the last 7 matches in the Eredivisie, looking very, very good. Of course, some back-to-back wins as well heading into this. Meanwhile, just 1 win the past 3 games for Heracles. Of course, that one was against Willem II just the other day, 4-0 win as well. Look at the biggest odds on this one. What would we have on this? Emmen 8-5 for the victory, 31-20 is your Heracles, 5-2 is your draw. Heracles coming to this, of course, in 8th, and with them they can close it in on 7th. Of course, Emmen on 17th, and with them they can move up to 50th. If they need the win, they'll get the win with the 1-0 win, and of course, they've got the win between their wings. 1-0 win, Emmen, 3 points in the bag. Den Haag, though, up against Fortuna Sittard. Played to the last 6-2 for Den Haag, 3 for Sittard, and 1 draw. Of course, last time around in Den Haag was a 3-1 win back in, of course, 2018 in August. Mervyn Lorzen on the score sheet, Anders Kayaki with a couple goals there for Den Haag. Alessandro Semedo on the score sheet, of course, Sittard back in the day. Sittard, though, have actually lost their 5 last 6 matches in the Eredivisie, whereas Den Haag have actually failed to win the last 17 matches at home. They come into this, though, Den Haag looking absolutely toast, losing 4 of the past 5 games. The only positive was a draw, and that was against VT's Arm just the other day. 3 defeats on the spin, though, for Sittard, losing to Utrecht, Feyenoord, and of course FC Emmen in quick succession. As for the bookies odds on this one, 60-5 for Den Haag, 11-4 is your draw, 5-4 on is your Sittard. Sittard come into this in 12th, and with them they can move up to 9th. Den Haag look like they're going down, 18th on the table, and a win for them, though they can close it in on Emmen. I think they're going to get nothing out of this one. 1-0 win for Sittard, 3 points in the bag. Next up we have Twente up against Utrecht. Played to the last 6, 2 for Twente, 4 for Utrecht, and no draws last round in Enschede. Was of course with a 3-1 win for Twente back in, of course, September 2019. Anta Cantarabella with a couple of goals there where for Twente. Haris Vukic as well with Edwin Damalu getting a goal for Utrecht with Leon Gurivera. Got himself sent off for Utrecht. Also, pretty sure though this season in Utrecht was a 2-1 win back in October. Utrecht though winning their last 5 away matches in Eredivisie, and of course Twente failing to win the last 10 home matches in Eredivisie as well. Twente look actually lost at sea at the moment without a win in at least 6 games. 3 defeats in the past 4. The only positive was a draw against Heerenveen. As for their opposition, Utrecht winning 2 of the past 3 games. Of course, taking on Ajax midweek, which will be 2 wins out of the past 4 games, should I say. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have 20, 90-10 for the victory. It's 5-4 is your Utrecht, 30-5 is your draw. Of course, 20 all the way down to 9th now, but with them they can move up to 8th. Whereas Utrecht are 7th, and with them they can move up to 6th. Big week this week for Utrecht, but I think they'll lose both of them. Next up, of course, we have Feyenoord up against VT's Arnhem. Played to the last 6, 2 wins apiece, 2 draws last round in Feyenoord. Was a 2-1 win for Feyenoord back in, of course, September 2018. Goals coming from who were they? They were, of course, Robin van Persie back in, of course, 2018. Eric Batungi as well for, of course, Feyenoord. Matthias Berdo getting goal as well for VT's. 3 men were sent off. Danilo De Koki, Thomas Bruns get himself sent off for VT's, and of course Robin van Persie get himself sent off as well. Of course, I'm pretty sure that this season in VT's was a 1-0 win back in December 2020 as well. 1-0 win for VT's. Feyenoord though undefeated in 22 of the last 23 home matches, and have also scored at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 home matches as well. Coming into this, 2 teams without a defeat between them in the last 5 games. Of course, VT's go 3 wins, 2 draws in the past 5. Same can be said for Feyenoord as well. Last time they lost was against AZ Alkmaar back in, of course, at the end of Feb. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Feyenoord coming at you. Where are you? They are actually 20-19 on for the victory. 30-5 is your draw. 30-5 is also your away win. Of course, Feyenoord coming to sit in 5th, and with them they can move up to VT's in 4th, and a win for VT's in 4th. They can close it in on 3rd. I'm going to go with a 3-1 for Feyenoord on this one. VT's will slip up on this one. Of course, will probably drop into the top 5, and then we'll wrap it up with the Bobby Dazzler. Is first up against 3rd, of course, Ajax up against AZ Alkmaar. Played to the last 6, 3 wins apiece, no draws last time around in Ajax. Was a 2-0 win for AZ back in, of course, March 2020. Miriam Boadu and Osman Indrissi on the score sheet. Of course, AZ Alkmaar giving them 3 points back in the day. Also, this season AZ, of course, it was a 3-0 win for Ajax on the road. Ajax though winning 12 of the last 13 matches in Eredivisie, and they come into this with a bit of a win beneath their wings. Playing each other on the 22nd. This is actually a week away. Goodness gracious me. Ajax actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 4 home matches. Of course, AZ Alkmaar have actually won 8 of the last 9 matches, of course, heading into this. AZ Alkmaar winning 4 in the spin here. Ajax winning 2 of the past 3 games, of course, losing to Roma. They may have lost to Roma again before this game comes around. Anyway, the bookies odds on this one. I don't have it. It's a little bit out of the woods yet, but of course, Ajax will be your favourites, of course, and they'll win with them. Will keep them atop of the pops, and a defeat will also keep them top of the pops. A win for AZ Alkmaar though, they could go into 2nd, and of course give them a bit of belief. I'm going with Ajax though with the 5 go through. They're going in favour of the champions elect, of course. 3-2 win for them, and this is what the table would look like at the end of it. Ajax leading the charge, of course, 78 points on the board. Of course, PSV, of course, into 2nd with 64 points. Of course, AZ Alkmaar down at 3rd. Venlo and Den Haag going down as of right here, right now. Willem II not too far out of the woods just yet. That's my picks. Be sure you get picks in nationally for this, and we'll do it all again very, very soon, of course. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the old thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, of course, Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best place to do it. Until then, though, I'll see you all soon for the next one. Until then, I'm out.